Evening, the Chris One and Liam show coming to you from toasty warm Saudi Arabia. It is coming on 9:30, and we're waiting for the Germany-Ghana World Cup game here. And we are looking at the finish of the Argentina-Iran game. For those who didn't see it, it was a very interesting second half. And it could have gone either way. There was a header on goal. Whoever the goalie for Argentina, I heard his name many times by the announcers, but I'm blanking at it. He had to make several big saves, or it could have gone the other way. Iran played a very tight defense. They attacked when they could, and Argentina defensively looks pretty vulnerable. And there was one play that, when I first saw it, everybody's saying, oh, Iran should have had a penalty kick. When I first saw it, ball was rolling through. I thought Zabaleta was on the left side in the penalty area. Zabaleta was going to kick the ball right, and I forget the Iranian striker's name, came running in. Now, when I first saw it, I didn't think penalty kick. When I saw it 4 different times, 4 different angles, in super slow motion, you could argue it's a penalty kick. Here's what I saw. I saw Zabaleta technically had position, although he was being a bit lazy. Number 2 is he did hit the ball. He didn't play the man. He was playing the ball all the way, and he hit the ball. And basically, the Iranians just kind of ran over him trying to cut that corner. Was it a penalty? The argument is, if it was Messi, it would have been a penalty, but that doesn't make it a penalty. I will sit by my argument that at that speed, I could have seen the call go either way. It wasn't called 0-0 until, even though Iran played a very tough game, they were not going to let Messi beat them, but after the 10th or 11th corner kick, the ball was punched out. The ball is brought over to Messi, right side, top of the box. Defender was on him, but he didn't come out on him. He just kind of stayed in front of him like he was playing basketball. Messi with a quick move to the left, hooks the ball in, and it's 1-0 in the 88th minute. And there's your game. So Argentina's through, 6 points. Bosnia-Herzegovina will be playing after the Germany-Ghana game. Nigeria's 1 point. Bosnia-Herzegovina has no points. They lost Argentina in the first game. And Iran sits with 1 point after the lost Argentina. So this is going to be a tough game with Bosnia and Nigeria. Again, Nigeria very talented. Bosnia will play them very rough to try and slow them down, and we'll see how that goes. I'm actually picking Bosnia. I've not seen Nigeria win. Well, they might have in history. I've not seen them win a World Cup game. I've seen them do very well in the Olympics a couple of Olympics ago when they went to the gold medal game against Argentina and then lost, I think, 1-0. So, we're getting ready for the Germany game. And Ghana, I don't want to say must win, but it's a must win for them. Germany wins their 6 points. They're probably going to be through. Ghana loses their no points. And you have the U.S. with 3, and Portugal and the U.S. play tomorrow. I think it'll actually be tomorrow's Sunday. It'll be Monday morning here. But we'll see what time that game is. Obviously, Portugal would need to win that. The U.S., from my standpoint, having to play Germany in the last game and having Portugal, Ghana. Again, you have a weakened Portugal team, but sometimes they say wounded bears. What do? They bite. And when you have CR7 on the other side, people who are, whether you're a fan or can't stand him, think he's lazy, think he's a hot dog, he might be all of that, but in big games he plays fairly big. He was, as far as Portugal, and did not qualify immediately, came through, headed the playoff round against Sweden, Basically, Cristiano just took Portugal on his back, scored 3 goals. That was quite a show. It was the Ronaldo Ibrahimovic show. He had a great season with Real Madrid. He's hurting, but with a player of his caliber, I've seen people limp out. I mean, even the famous New York Knicks for American basketball go back in the 60s. Willis Reed, banged up leg, still comes out and makes a showing. Doesn't play well, but helps, basically the inspiration for the Knicks to win the NBA title, I believe, against the Lakers. Still back, again, I have to think about it, 71 it might have been. So, that's going to be a big game. So, Germany-Ghana will be tough. It's coming up. I have seen Germany in the past in games against Ghana-like teams where they will absorb the attack and then they will counter. I've seen them do that multiple times and do it extremely well. And take games that are 0-0 through 30 minutes and then hit 2-3 goals like that. So those were different Germany teams. Those were the teams of like Michael Ballack. They were slower teams. So I'm not sure that's what Germany is going to do, but I've seen them do that. Ghana can be a quick and physical team. Should be a very entertaining game. And for anybody who thinks that, in some of these games where I'm looking like you got Italy versus Uruguay, or you've got situations where nobody's out. I do remember the Confederation Cup, not the last one, but the one before South Africa. The United States was actually lost their first 2 games, and they needed Brazil to beat Italy big, and they needed to beat Egypt by 3 goals. And I watched that game here in beautiful Saudi Arabia, where guess what? It was me, my son, and 40 people who weren't rooting for the United States. They were either Egyptian rooting for Egypt, or they were Arabs rooting for non-Americans. And the United States ended up winning that game 3-0, and Brazil did beat Italy. And the United States made the semis. They had, of course, this was a victory in the semis against Spain, before Spain really took off. But then it lost to, unfortunately, Brazil in the final, where they led, I believe, 2-0 at halftime. Goals by Dempsey and Lyndon Donovan, and they completely imploded. So, that's, I never count teams out after seeing that. So, again, I'm going to watch the Germany game. Not sure I'm going to be able to make the late game, although I think it'll be an interesting one. So have a happy World Cup. Wanda and Liam soon to be joining the show. So look forward to it and take care of yourselves.